I came to testify to the truth. You know, every now and then it's good to pull back from a situation, get a bit of perspective. If we're involved in a situation where we kind of get all sort of antsy, it's good to sort of pull back and get a perspective. And that's what this feast day today celebrates, is the feast day of Christ the King of the universe. And we're called to take back a little bit. We're celebrating the last Sunday of the month. So I thought we'd take us back using James Webb telescope. Really take it back. Now, where are we? Like, I'm going to point, we're a tiny little dot in the middle of that tiny, we're so far away, you can't even say this is just one of the many brilliant photographs that you can take by James Webb's telescope. And it's spectacular, very good chance to look at. But like, what is illustrated is there are so many galaxies in the world, and there are so many planets in each galaxy. And we're one planet in one galaxy among billions of galaxies. Now, that's getting perspective, right? Okay, better turn it off, otherwise they'll be watching that, won't be listening. So here's the why is that important? Because what the fundamental message of today's is that Christ is King of the whole universe, not just of our little planet Earth, but the entirety of the whole universe. And that God is the center and source of all that exists in our world. And what Christ did in this particular sort of message we're trying to hear today is that he came as King of the universe, but he came among us to show that how special this planet and we were to the Creator. To the Creator. That we're this special, that he became one of us to show us the way. I mean, that's and the problem is we get so distracted by so many other things, but that's the fundamental message. Now, we get distracted by all sorts of things, like among them natural disasters, which is sort of, when your house is torn apart and your wind, you get, that's sort of obvious, you've got to get distracted. But there are lots of other, let's say, man-made distractions that we get ourselves all worked up about. Even the title king, we get distracted by. Because let's say, like we say, King of the universe, but if we talk about kings and queens here on earth, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of kings? Armies and war. Domination. Like, we just think immediately kings go to fight against each other. One is bigger than the next, and they all fight for whoever is the biggest and loudest. And, you know, again, it's a competition. We get distracted even with that title. And so, I mean, I know kings and queens and monarchies are sort of an archaic language for us. I mean, we this whole country was set up by repelling against that. But then we have our own sort of king-making called presidency. And then we start doing the whole thing all over again. It's all about competition again. We have our own distractions. And that's just in a political sense, or the leader there. We also do it with things, not just people. We do it with things. We collect things. We get distracted by having more things, and what the things we have aren't enough, so we want more things. And all of this, we lose perspective of who is at the center of our world. And we start to follow after different things. I mean, fundamentally, when Jesus comes among us, he says that God is a God of love. He loves us. He created us out of love. He sustains us by a love. And in the end, it's his love that will complete us by returning to him in source. And that we are called to follow him in the way of love. And there's a singular commandment. Love your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. Love your neighbor as yourself. I mean, that's the reduction of the whole Christian message right there. And we're called to follow Christ in the way. But why is that so hard for us? Because we get so many distractions. Some of them self-made, some of them out there. I mean, look at today's world today. Whom do we follow? Do we follow Christ? Or is there so many other voices to follow? So many other people, things to follow? Even just the internet in itself, just social media, just one portion of this. is we're all we're spending endless hours on social media, endless hours per day. The average hours for a teenager, 4 hours per day on the social media. And apparently, our age group, my age group, 50 to 60, not much better. We're 3.7. Ooh, we're way better. But that literally, and then when we talk about prayer, we come up to church. I know we get a little full of church, but it's like if we were following Christ, and it was truly Jesus was the center of our life, this church would be jam-packed at every single Mass, every single weekend, because it's the center of our life. But we chase after different things, thinking that's what will make me happy. This will make me happy. He will make me happy. She will make me happy. And so we go chasing. So let me give you an example to kind of illustrate this. Here's what I think. You all know I have my dog Bella, and I love my dog Bella, but she loves squirrels more than me. Let's just face it. I mean, she sees the squirrel, boom, she's gone, right? But like, here's the thing about it: it's irrational for her. It's completely instinctual. I've trained this dog well, but I cannot train that out of her. So if she sees a squirrel, she's like, and boom. And if there's a car in the way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She doesn't see the car because she's going to go straight. That's why I have to keep a hold of her. And even though I love her, but I can't let go of her because I know she will see that squirrel and she'll go, boom. And if the car hits, car will kill her. Now, why do I say that? Because I think we chase after things. We chase after people. We chase after money. We chase after material goods. And we don't even realize how much we're chasing after that we get hit by the spiritual car. And we don't know what happened. And we don't see it. We don't see it come. Why? Because we're chasing, like chasing after a squirrel. See, instead we're called to follow. Follow is a conscious, deliberate choice to follow Christ. Do you remember when you were younger, at least when I was younger, we used to play Follow the Leader. Do you remember that game? Yeah, right? We follow the leader. Whatever they did, you did. So they did when you did, they did. But it was a following. You chose to follow the leader. That is what we're called to, not chase. Not chase after stuff, because there's going to be lots of stuff. People, events, latest technology, latest gadgets, latest people, and we'll keep like the squirrel. My friends, Christ is the King of the universe. He's King of our hearts. But we have to agree to that. We have to follow. And we have to not chase other things. We're called to follow the leader, Christ Jesus, and let him be King of our hearts. And let us follow him to wherever he will take us. For he is the way, the truth, and the life. Let's love one another and follow the leader.